lion, no lid his tail. Lock the door, Lariston, there comes on. The Armstrongs are flying, the widows are crying. Castletown is burning, and Oliver is gone. Lock the door, Lariston, high on the weather gleam. See how the Saxon plumes they bob on the sky. Yeoman and carbineer, billman and halberdier, fierce is the battle, and far is the cry. Newcastle brandishes high his broad scimitar. Ridley is riding his fleet-footed grey. Ridley and Howard there wandle a Windermere. Lock the door, Lariston, hold them at bay. Why do you smile, noble Elliot Lariston? Why does the joy candle gleam in your eye? You bold border ranger, beware o' your danger. Your foes are relentless, determined and nigh. I him Mangerton and Ogilvy, Rayburn and Everby, old Sinlow, Wintram and all his array. Come on, Northumberland, Teesdale and Cumberland, here at the Brecon Tower in the affray. See how they wane the proud while o' the Windermere. How on woe to your hopes on a day. Hear the rude welkin wren while the Scots shouts ascend. Elliot to Lariston, Elliot for I.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Welcome to the show. It's great to see you all again back in Motherwell. Isn't it fantastic?
You know, one of the reasons why we were a little bit late in starting tonight is that on the way down here, we got caught behind a Sunday driver. Don't know if you've had that experience. You know, you come round the bend in the road, there's the wee Morris Minor, and the wee white head, and the hands up at the steering wheel. So we're going to sing about a Sunday driver in a rather crowded car. Okay, number one?
Yeah, smash it.
Well, I've been a Sunday driver new for many's a happy year, and I've never had my Morris Minor out to second gear. I can drive at 15 miles an hour on motorway or track, with me wife up front beside me and her mother in the back.
There was me and my daddy's mammy and her sister's granny and four of her chums and Auntie Jean.
In a crowd of 50 trippers you can always pick me out, but don't blame me, I voted Tory, sticker on the boot. With my bunch of heather sticking in my radiator grill, and my stick-on transfer bullet holes and license for to kill.
There was me and my daddy's mammy and her sister's granny and four of her chums and Auntie Peg.
I've 100 plastic pennants for to tell you where I've been, and my steering wheel is clad in simulated leopard skin. Up front for the driving mirror hangs a plastic skeleton, and in the back a dog with eyes that flicker off and on.
There's me and my daddy's mammy and her sister's granny and four of her chums and Auntie May.
Always drive as though my foot was resting on the brake, and I weave about the road just so's you can't overtake. I can get you safe frustrated that you'll finish up in tears, and the sound of blaring motor horns is music to my ears.
There's me and my daddy's mammy and her sister's granny and four of her chums and Auntie Liz.
Liz.
She comes next.
Now if you wonder how these weekly trips I can afford, It's because I'm on a stipend from the Scottish Tourist Board. You're supposed to enjoy the scenery, the finest of its kind, and that is why I have a convoy following behind.
There's me and my daddy and my daddy's mummy and her sister's granny and four of her chums and Auntie Rose.
There's just no way of escaping me, no matter how you seek, for the simple facts that I'm a traffic warden through the week. I'm boosting my efficiency, and here's my master plan. I'm saving up my pennies for to buy a caravan.
There's me and my daddy's mammy and her sister's granny and four of her chums and Auntie Gertrude. There's me and my daddy's mammy and her sister's granny and four of her chums. You're going too fast!
I've forgotten my drum.
Back in a minute.
Actually, he hasn't been feeling himself all week. What is he? I'll get him back. I will go, when the fighting is over, to the land of MacPherson.
That's my bloody song.
Come o'er the stream, Charlie, dear Charlie, brave Charlie. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, and dine wi' MacLean. And though you be weary, we'll make your head cheery, and welcome o' Charlie and his loyal train. We'll bring down the red deer, we'll bring down the black steer, the lamb for the bracken and the doe for the ben. The salt sea will harry and bring to our Charlie the cream for the bothy and the cart for the pen. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, dear Charlie, brave Charlie. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, and dine wi' MacLean. And though you be weary, we'll make your head cheery, and welcome o' Charlie and his loyal train. And you will drink freely the dews o' Glen Shirley that stream in the starlight when kings dinna ken. And deep be your mead o' the wine that is red, to drink to your sire and his friend the MacLean. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, dear Charlie, brave Charlie. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, and dine wi' MacLean. And though you be weary, we'll make your head cheery, and welcome o' Charlie and his loyal train. If aught will invite ye, or more can delight ye, it's ready, a troop of our bold Hieland men. They'll range on the heather with bayonet and feather, strong arms and broad claymores, 310. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, dear Charlie, brave Charlie. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, and dine wi' MacLean. And though you be weary, we'll make your head cheery, and welcome o' Charlie and his loyal train. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, dear Charlie, brave Charlie. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, and dine wi' MacLean. And though you be weary, we'll make your head cheery, and welcome o' Charlie and his loyal train. Come o'er the stream, Charlie, and dine wi' MacLean.
I suppose it's true to say that the history of any nation is written, in fact, in blood. But little butchery could surpass that of the Duke of Cumberland after the 1745 rebellion, when he tried, with every means at his disposal, to completely obliterate the whole of the Celtic culture in Scotland at the time. One of the methods he employed was to forbid the free and open use of the name of the Jacobite leader banished into exile in France. And so the defeated rebels had to resort to artful devices to keep alive their hopes for the future and, in fact, their beliefs. As in this Jacobite toast, which, although it mentions nobody by name, leaves the faithful in absolutely no doubt as to who the hell they're talking about. Here's to the king, sir. You ken what I mean, sir. And every honest man that'll date again. Here's to the chieftains o' all the Hieland clans, they've daint mair nor once, and they'll date again. When you hear the trumpet sound, tooty-tatey to the drum, up your sword and down your gun, and to the rogues again.
When our prince come to Edinburgh town, but we were braw and ready. He made every Scottish heart to warm, whilk a shake that he gave his lady. King Fareweel, aye farewell, it's all to give your king farewell. Ye have feather beds and carpets round, will ye not be doing yon German lairdy? For better prince there never was, lay among the heather in his tartan plaidy. King Fareweel, aye farewell, it's all to give your king farewell. By Preston pans we laid our plans, all the Hieland lads were ready. By the wind and the sea we made them flee. We ilk a strike that was in our plaidies. King Fareweel, aye farewell, it's all to give your king farewell. Aye farewell, it's all to give your king farewell. You know, it's a funny thing that a lot of Scottish entertainers no matter, whether they're musicians or singers. Occasionally, they like to depart from their usual material and do something completely different. And generally, this takes the form of doing something from the classics, a wee bit of classical music. And the song that they generally choose is a song called Jerusalem. I don't know if you know it. Jerusalem. Moira Anderson and Kenneth McKellar have done it. On stage. And loads of other people do it as well. Now normally, when these other people do it, they like to have a big orchestra in front of them. I'm getting worse. Or a big choir at the back to give them a hand. Singing the song. Well, tonight, we don't have any of that. We don't have an orchestra or a choir. But I'm very proud to say that I have Ronnie. And we'd like to do for you now You for hire. We'd like to do for you now our version of that song, Jerusalem. Thank you very much. Last night I borrowed a full-dress suit to go to a full-dress ball. The trousers were too large for me, the jacket was too small. I cut 3 feet off the trouser legs and then I tried them out. And as I walked across the floor, you could hear the people shout. And as I walked across the floor, you could hear the people shout. You're losing them, you're losing them. Hitch up your trousers high. Whose are they? My God, what a terrible sight. Whose are they? Whose are they? You're losing them tonight.
As I gaed down the Ettrick Valley at the hour of 12 at night, who did I see but a handsome lassie combing her hair by candlelight? Lassie, I have come a-courting, you'll find favours for to win. And if you'll but smile upon me next Sunday night, I'll call again. Bala-tala-roo-dum-roo-dum-roo-dum, bala-tala-roo-dum-roo-dum-day. Bala-tala-roo-dum-roo-dum-roo-dum, bala-tala-roo-dum-roo-dum-day. So to me you've come your courting, my fine favours for to win. But it would give me the greatest pleasure if you never did call again. What would I do when I go to walking it for the Ettrick view? What would I do when I go to walking out with a laddie like you? Ballatalaroo, ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum day. Ballatalaroo-dum, ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum day. Lassie, I have gold and silver, lassie, I have houses and land. Lassie, I have ships in the ocean, they'll be all at your command. What do I care for your ships in the ocean? What do I care for your houses and land? What do I care for your gold and silver when all I want is a handsome man? Ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum-a-roo-dum, ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum day. Ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum-a-roo-dum, ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum day. Did you ever see the grass in the morning all bedecked with jewels rare? Did you ever see a handsome lassie, diamonds sparkling in her hair? Did you ever see a copper kettle mended away an old tin can? Did you ever see a handsome lassie married up to an ugly man? Ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum-a-roo-dum, ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum day. Ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum-a-roo-dum, ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum day. Ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum-a-roo-dum, ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum day. Ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum-a-roo-dum, ballatalaroo-dum-a-roo-dum day. Well, it's getting a bit warm up here and we're getting a wee bit parched. So what we're going to do is go backstage after this next song, have a wee short interval, and we're going to have a wee cup of coffee. Beautiful coffee. It's beautiful coffee to serve here at half-time if you want some. The management of the theatre tonight actually have asked us if we would intimate to them when we're coming to the end of the first half. So what we said we'd do is give them a sign. We told them to listen for the most fantastic, terrible noise they've ever heard in this hall in its life. And that's you lot singing.
Well, the whiskey, all the whiskey, Nancy whiskey, whiskey, oh. Well, I'm a weaver, all a weaver, I'm a young and a roving blade. For to buy myself a suit of clothing, down to Stewart and my way I made. Well, the whiskey, all the whiskey, Nancy whiskey, whiskey, oh. As I come in by the Stewart and corner, Nancy whiskey did I spy. Says I to myself, I'll go in and taste her, for 7 long years now I have been dry. Well, the whiskey, oh, the whiskey, Nancy whiskey, whiskey, oh. Now the more I tasted, the more I liked it, and the more I liked it, the tasted more. The more I tasted, the more I liked it, till all my senses had got ashore. Well, the whiskey, oh, the whiskey, Nancy whiskey, whiskey, oh. Well, early, the next morning, I found myself in a stranger's bed, and lying beside me on the pillow was a fat and ugly, dirty old hag. Well, the whiskey, oh the whiskey, Nancy whiskey, whiskey oh. Now when she wakened, she demanded money for her services, she'd have her wage. And when I told her I had only sixpence, she says, that's fine dear, I've plenty change. Well, the whiskey, oh the whiskey, Nancy whiskey, whiskey oh. So I'll get back to the trade of the weaver, I'll bury my wee shuttles free, and the devil's curses on Nancy whiskey, for Nancy whiskey has ruined me. Well, the whiskey, last time, join them, Charles. Well, the whiskey, oh the whiskey, Nancy whiskey, a whiskey oh. Come sit ye down, my cronies, and gie us all your crack. Let the wind take the cares o' this life on its back. Our hearts to despondency we never will submit. We've always been provided for, and say will we yet. Say will we yet, oh and say will we yet. We've always been provided for, and say will we yet. Success to the farmer and prosper his plough, rewarding his industrious toils all the year through. Our seed time and our harvest we evermore will get. We've trusted in Providence, and say will we yet. Say will we yet, oh and say will we yet. We've trusted in Providence, and say will we yet. Then bring us all a tankard of the heaviest brown ale, to bring comfort to your hearts and to enliven the tale. We'll always breathe the merrier the longer that we sit. We've drunk together many's the time, and say will we yet. Say will we yet, oh and say will we yet. We've drunk together many's the time, and say will we yet. Let the glass keep its course and gae merrily haroon, for the sun will always rise when the moon has gone down. When the house is running round about, it's time enough to flit. When we fell, we aye got up again, and say will we yet. Say will we yet, oh and say will we yet. When we fell, we aye got up again, and say will we yet. Well, come sit ye down, my cronies, and gie us all your crack. Let the wind take the cares o' this life on its back. Our hearts to despondency we never will submit. We've always been provided for, and say will we yet. Say will we yet, oh and say will we yet. We've always been provided for, and say will we yet. Say
This song comes from a fine old belief that if a warrior wasn't found on the field of battle, after the battle, if he wasn't either alive or if his body couldn't be found, then he'd gone off somewhere else to fight for his maker in some other clime, perhaps in the Crusades or something like that. I suppose it was really to get over the sort of grief aspect. If the bodies were kind of unrecognizable after a real fierce hand-to-hand battle, then that kind of got over that. But this did happen to one young lad. Lord Yester was his name, and he took part in the Battle of Flodden and acquitted himself well, but he was never found either alive or dead afterwards. And there's a song by George Weir called Lord Yester. Love has gone to Flodden grey to dance at Branks homely, and ere the night will turn to day, he will dance nae mair wi' me. Maybe he's gone to Israel wi' freedom's lands to sell, or maybe he has gone to Bethlehem for to find the golden bell. Oh, my love may come another day, for golden hours are few, and like broken dreams that melt away before the dawn is new. Maybe he's gone to Byzantine along the lonely trail, or maybe he has gone to Palestine or to find the Holy Grail. Oh, my love may find the golden fleece or wear the martyr's gown, for honor bides by him wha fares beneath the cross and crown. Maybe he's gone with James and John to fish by Galilee, or maybe he has gone with a fisherman to find his Calvary. Sailed she swiftly from the harbour, fa-la-lee, oh, fa-la-lee, as a lone gull before the storm wind, fa-la-lee, oh, fa-la-lee. Kishmal's galley goes a-reeving, sails she swiftly to Isla's shore. The eyes a daring, oh, deeds and laughter, fa-la-lee,
ho, Valerie. Through the moonlight she lays her coursing. Valerie, oh Valerie. Far beneath her the grey blue limpets. Valerie, oh Valerie. Spoils of glory is her venture. Deeds of valor in brightest dawn. On through Mulla to fair green island. Valerie, oh Valerie. Turns she homeward through dancing sunlight. Valerie, oh Valerie. From soft green Southland to northern dark night. Valerie, oh Valerie. Scars of battle are on her timber. Grain and cattle for hungry homes. Hardy winter's toll avoided. Valerie, oh Valerie. Now the harpist weaves his story. Valerie, oh Valerie. Laments the heroes of former glory. Valerie, oh Valerie. Ishmael's galley safely home now. Sleeps she softly like a swan. No dreams of war now, her wings are folded. Valerie, oh Valerie. Valerie, oh Valerie. Valerie, oh Valerie.
Well sung.
You've probably noticed that these writers of love songs never, if ever, take as a starting point the nose. Do they? Now be honest, they never take as the starting point the nose. I know it gets a bit dirty at times, but... I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I wouldn't have had that happen for the world. No, it gets a wee bit dirty, but in general, the nose is quite a nice shape, you know. It's quite a poetic shape. His is a bloody mess, but most noses are quite nice. So what we're going to do is remedy that situation, and we would like to sing a song about a man with a nose, like a hose. It's true, this man's nose was about as long as Leith Walk in Edinburgh, and you know how long that is. It wasn't his fault, he was born with it, but oh, what a souster. Oh, big and wide line, what a length. So long and so big, in fact, that it landed him in all sorts of trouble, all during his life. And that's exactly what we'd like to sing about now. Thank you very much.
On the 17th of March in the La-Di-Da, a son was born to Mrs. La-Di-Dum. He had 2 arms, 2 legs, a mouth and ears and eyes, and the usual La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum.
It's his bloody nose we're singing about.
How's it you got all the filth on your side?
Oh, it's coincidence.
They duly christened him La-Di-Da-Di-Da. They gave his second name as La-Di-Dum. And throughout his life, and he lived for 90 years, he was known as La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. As he grew up, his La-Di-Da-Di-Da grew quicker than his other Daddy-Dum. And when he was 15, everyone remarked on his great big La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. He met a girl in a La-Di-Da-Di-Da. She was pretty, though a little Daddy-Dum. And the reason that he loved her best was she didn't mind his La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. Her mother was awfully La-Di-Da-Di-Da. Her father was completely Daddy-Dum. And they sat down to dinner off salmon mayonnaise and a bowl of La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. Now it all went well till the La-Di-Da-Di-Da. He bent to take a bite of Daddy-Dum. He cocked his plate and the salmon mayonnaise fell upon his La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. Her mother cried loudly, La-Di-Da-Di-Da. Her father sort of mumbled, Daddy-Dum. And her mother said, dear, you must try to find a boy with a smaller La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum.
What's going on? Put your false teeth back in.
They are. But they married in the spring, La-Di-Da-Di-Da. They honeymooned in lovely Daddy-Dum. But they found that they couldn't get in the double bed for his great big La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. You know, you ought to be ashamed of yourself at your age. You get to your time of life, you should have given that kind of thing up long ago. My wife did. Yeah, that's no funny when I come back. And so they decided, La-Di-Da-Di-Da, to use 2 single beds for Daddy-Dum. They slept together and they used the other one just to rest his La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. On the 19th of June, then La-Di-Da-Di-Da, he took ill with an attack of Daddy-Dum. So they wrapped him up in bandages that ended with a bow round his La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. He died on the morning of La-Di-Da-Di-Da, a victim of the dreaded Daddy-Dum. They put him in his coffin, but they couldn't shut the lid for his great big La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. Now the undertaker, La-Di-Da-Di-Da, decided on a plan for Daddy-Dum. He made another coffin roughly 3 feet 2 by 1 just to take his La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. Now you can read on his tombstone, La-Di-Da-Di-Da, the son of La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum. Here lies his body, and in the next grave up but one lies his La-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Da-Di-Dum.
Tootski, what you mean to blaw? I ken you've ripped a thing or twa. Sure as death now, Johnny Raw. I wished your granny saw ye. Tootski, what you mean to blaw? I ken you've ripped a thing or twa. Sure as death now, Johnny Raw. I wished your granny saw ye. It's quite difficult. If you don't get the first three lines, don't worry about it. Try and get into the last line with I wished your granny saw you. Beautiful, poetic line. I'm Johnny Raw, I'm a canny soul. I was brought up in the country. Nae doot you'll maybe no ken me weel, 'cause I'm all the way to Fintry. Although I'm boozy, yet I'm fly. Among the lasses I do pry, but they all shout as they go by, I wished your granny saw ye. Tootski, what you mean to blaw? I ken you've ripped a thing or twa. Sure as death now, Johnny Raw. I wished your granny saw ye. Had my eye on the lass for a gay long time. She was a Cater's dochter. At last I thought I'd make her mine, and the wedding ring I bought her. Says I, my lass, just be sincere, name the day and be my dear. But she laughed as she whispered in my ear, I wished your granny saw ye. Tootski, what you mean to blaw? I ken you've ripped a thing or twa. Sure as death now, Johnny Raw. I wished your granny saw ye. That night as I walked down Argyle Street, a lady said, oh please sir, will you hold my little baby sweet? 'Cause I'm feared the crowd might squeeze her. I took the bairn and I said I would. I like to do the ladies good. But she disappeared into the crowd, saying I wished your granny saw ye. Tootski, what you mean to blaw? I ken you've ripped a thing or twa. Sure as death now, Johnny Raw. I wished your granny saw ye. The people gathered round about, they smiled at my condition. Then up come two big policemen stout, and they took me to the station. To laugh at me they all began. They said that I was a lucky man, for to have a bairn brought to my hand. And I wished your granny saw ye. Tootski, what you mean to blaw? I ken you've ripped a thing or twa. Sure as death now, Johnny Raw. I wished your granny saw ye. I made my simple statement of how the lady ran away, and she left me with the infant. And then the bailiff, he did say, you and the child man go away. Never trust what the ladies say. I wished your granny saw ye. Tootski, what you mean to blaw? I ken you've ripped a thing or twa. Sure as death now, Johnny Raw. I wished your granny saw ye. Tootski, what you mean to blaw? I ken you've ripped a thing or twa. Sure as death now, Johnny Raw. I wished your granny saw ye. We would like to say very sincerely thank you very much to all of you in the audience tonight, especially all of the new faces. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves, and we hope that we'll see you again next time.
Fareweel, ye dungeons dark and strang. The wretch's destiny. MacPherson's time will no be lang, and yonder gallows tree. It was by a woman
woman's treacherous hand, that I was condemned to die. She stood up in a windy ledge, and a blanket threw our way. Sir London Lee, say London Lee, and Sir London Lee gave he played a tune and he danced around along the gallows tree. Oh, what is death but parting breath on many a bloody plain? I've daubed his face, and in this place I scorn him yet again. Sir London Lee, say London Lee, and Sir London Lee gave he played a tune and he danced around along the gallows tree. I have lived a life of strife and strife, I die by treachery. It burdens my heart that I must depart and no avenged me. Sir London Lee, say London Lee, and Sir London Lee gave he played a tune and he danced around along the gallows tree. So take up these bands made round my hands, gauge me my soul, for there's no a man in all Scotland but I'll brave him at war. Sir London Lee, Sir London Lee, and Sir London Lee gave he played a tune and he danced around along the gallows tree. So farewell night, thou parting light, and all beneath the sky.